Born before 1963? Before you close this video, check this first because Social Security may have changed the answer on money you were once told you could never receive. A 2025 law removed two old Social Security rules that reduced checks for teachers, firefighters, police officers, government workers, older federal employees, spouses, widows, and widowers for decades. And in certain survivor cases, the back payment can reach $22,000 to $80. But here is the dangerous part. The law changed in Washington, but your personal Social Security record may not be as simple as one automatic deposit. Some people are looking at the wrong number. Some are checking only the bank account. Some think one payment means the correction is finished, and some widows or widowers may still need to ask one specific survivor benefit question before the full survivor benefit is reviewed under the new law. This is not a stimulus check. This is not a grant. This is not some online program. This is tied to a real Social Security correction after two old government pension rules were removed. Those rules were called WEP and GPO, and for years they reduced, offset, or wiped out benefits for people with certain government pensions. So if you were born before 1963 and you ever taught school, worked in public service, served as a firefighter or police officer, worked for state or local government, received a government pension, worked under the older federal CSRS system, or lost a spouse while a government pension was involved, pay attention. The problem is, many people were told years ago that they did not qualify. And back then, that may have been true, but the rule behind that answer changed. Do not treat this as a random rule update. For the wrong person, the old answer can quietly become the reason they never ask for money that may now be payable. Today, I'm going to show you what these two old rules were, who they hit, how the $22,080 number can happen, and the three checks that tell you whether your record was corrected, still pending, or missing the one question that could change everything. The first rule was called the Windfall Elimination Provision, usually called WEP. WEP hit people who worked in a job with its own pension system, usually a public sector job, where Social Security taxes were not taken from the paycheck. But many of those same people also worked jobs where they did pay into Social Security. They paid into Social Security and expected that record to count normally. But when retirement came, WEP changed the formula. It usually did not erase the whole check, but it could cut the monthly benefit. And that cut did not hurt one time. It followed the retiree month after month, year after year. For someone living on a fixed income, a few $100s a month is not a detail. That is groceries, medication, utilities, insurance. The money that decides whether retirement feels stable or squeezed. But WEP was only the first hit. The second rule was called the Government Pension Offset, or GPO. This one hit spouses, widows, and widowers. And for many families, it felt even more brutal because it could turn an expected survivor check into zero. If you were trying to collect a spousal benefit or survivor benefit based on your husband's or wife's Social Security record, and you also received a government pension from work that did not pay into Social Security, GPO could reduce that benefit by 2/3 of your pension amount. If your government pension was $1,500 a month, 2/3 of that is $1,000. Social Security could subtract that $1,000 from the spousal or survivor benefit. If that survivor benefit was $900, the offset wiped it out completely. The answer became zero. Think about what that meant for a widow. A husband may have paid Social Security taxes for 30 or 40 years. His wife may have believed that his record would protect her after he passed away. Then, after the loss already happened, she was told the survivor benefit was gone because of a pension rule most families never understood until it hit them. That is why this video is not only for retired teachers or government workers. It is also for surviving spouses who were told years ago, "There's nothing for you." For decades, teachers, firefighters, police officers, federal employee groups, spouses, widows, and widowers complained about these rules. Bills were introduced again and again. Families kept getting reduced checks. Some kept getting zero. Then the Social Security Fairness Act was signed into law in January 2025. It removed both WEP and GPO for benefits payable from January 2024 forward. In plain English, December 2023 was the last month WEP, and GPO applied to affected benefits. Starting with January 2024 benefits, the old WEP and GPO reductions no longer apply. That change created two money issues at the same time. First, affected people may be owed a back payment for months after January 2024 when the old reduction was still affecting what they received. Second, affected people may also be owed a higher monthly benefit going forward. So do not think only about a one-time deposit. For some people, the bigger issue is the monthly check that comes every month after the correction. Now let's talk about the number in the title, $22,080. No, not everyone gets that. Birth year alone does not qualify you. Being born before 1963 does not automatically mean Social Security owes you that amount. But here is how it can happen. If a survivor benefit around $1,840 a month was previously wiped out because of GPO, and the correction covers 12 months, that equals $22,080. If the benefit was smaller, the number can be smaller. If more months are involved, the number can be different. If WEP or GPO never touched your record, this may not be your payment. That is why guessing is dangerous. The only answer that matters is what your own Social Security record says now. This is the part people skip, and this is the part that can decide whether the old number stays on the record. And this is why born before 1963 matters. This age group is more likely to already be collecting, already retired, already receiving a government pension, already widowed, or already told years ago that the old rule reduced or eliminated a benefit. But the rule behind that old answer changed. There are 4 groups that should not ignore this. Group 1, public school teachers, especially those who worked in states or school systems where Social Security taxes were not taken from that public employment, but who also worked other jobs where Social Security taxes were paid. Group 2, firefighters, police officers, and state or local government employees who receive a pension from work not covered by Social Security, but also paid into Social Security through other work. Group 3, older federal employees who were under the Civil Service Retirement System, usually called CSRS, not FERS. If you do not know which system you were under, check your old federal retirement paperwork or contact your former agency's HR office. Group 4, widows, widowers, spouses, and divorced spouses whose spousal or survivor benefit was reduced, denied, or wiped out because of a government pension from work not covered by Social Security. If you are in one of those groups, do not rely on memory. Do not rely on what someone told you 10 years ago. Do not rely on "I checked once before." The rule changed. Your record needs a fresh check. If you want Social Security and retirement rule changes explained in plain English without panic, subscribe now. This is exactly the kind of update most retirees hear about late, and this channel is here to make sure you check it before it costs you money. Here is where many retirees make the mistake. They hear that Social Security changed the law and assume the account is fixed. In many straightforward cases, Social Security may process adjustments automatically when someone was already receiving a benefit, reduced by WEP or GPO, and the account information is current. But automatic does not mean you should stay blind. You still need to know 3 things. Did the back payment arrive? Did the monthly check increase? And if both WEP and GPO touched your situation, were both reviewed? This matters even more if your case is messy. If your spouse died years ago, if you were told a survivor benefit would be 0, if you never filed because GPO made it seem pointless, if you moved, changed banks, had a claim denied instead of reduced, or had both your own benefit and a spouse's record involved, do not assume one deposit tells the whole story. The danger is not that nothing changed. The danger is assuming everything changed on your record without asking the exact question. So here are the 3 checks. Check number 1. Open your own Social Security record. Go to ssa.gov and sign into your My Social Security account. Use only the official website. Do not click links in comments, emails, text messages, or Facebook posts. If someone says they can speed up your payment for a fee, walk away. Inside the account, check your current monthly benefit amount, payment history, mailing address, and direct deposit information. Look for anything connected to the Social Security Fairness Act, WEP, GPO, a back payment, or a monthly benefit change. If your benefit went up, write down the old amount, the new amount, and the month it changed. If you received a one-time deposit, write down the date and amount. Use your account or bank statement, not memory. A back payment and a monthly increase are not the same thing. You need to know whether you received one, both, or neither. Check number 2. Call Social Security with the right sentence. When you reach an agent, do not start with a long story. Start with this. I want to verify whether my record has been reviewed under the Social Security Fairness Act for WEP or GPO. Then stop and let them check the record. If they say the correction was completed, ask 2 follow-up questions. First, did the review include any back payment from January 2024 forward? Second, did the review update my ongoing monthly benefit? Those 2 questions matter because a person can receive a one-time payment and still not understand the monthly amount. Another person can see a monthly change and still not know whether a past due amount was included. If they say the case is pending, ask what is pending, whether anything is needed from you, whether the case involves WEP, GPO, or both, and whether your address and direct deposit are current. Write down the date, time, and what you were told. If something sounds wrong, ask what review, appeal, or reconsideration option applies. Do not argue with the first person who answers. Get the next step. Check number 3 is the widow and widower check. This is the one many people miss. If your survivor benefit was only reduced by GPO, Social Security may have a benefit record to adjust. But if your survivor benefit was denied completely years ago, or if you never applied because you were told GPO would wipe it out, There may not be an active approved survivor claim sitting there to correct. That means you must ask a different question. Say this: do I need to file a new survivor benefit application because of the Social Security Fairness Act? Do not skip that question. Do not assume the old denial solves the new law. Do not assume that because your spouse passed away years ago, the issue is closed. Do not assume that because you were told 0 once, the answer is still 0 now. If GPO was the reason you did not receive a survivor benefit, the change in law may matter. Social Security needs to tell you whether your survivor claim can be reviewed, reopened, or whether a new application is needed. Survivor cases can be more complicated than a simple retirement check. Dates matter. The old application matters. The denial reason matters. Your pension matters. Your spouse's record matters. So if you are a widow or widower, do not just check the monthly deposit and move on. Ask specifically about the survivor benefit. Now bring this back to yourself. Born before 1963 does not automatically mean Social Security owes you $22,080. But if you are born before 1963, you are in the group most likely to have already been affected by the old rules, already accepted a smaller check, already been told a survivor benefit was 0, or already stopped asking because the old law made the answer look final. That is why checking now matters. The people most likely to miss this are not careless. They are retired teachers who accepted the smaller number, firefighters who thought the reduction was permanent, police officers who paid into Social Security through other work but still saw the check cut, older federal employees who never fully understood how CSRS changed the calculation, widows who were told the survivor benefit was 0 and never asked again. They believed the old answer because at the time it may have been correct, but the rule behind that answer changed. Check your My Social Security account. Call and ask whether your record was reviewed under the Social Security Fairness Act for WEP or GPO. And if you are a widow or widower, ask whether you need a new survivor benefit application or a review of an old survivor claim. That is how you find out whether your correction is finished, pending, or still missing something important. And one more warning. This topic is real enough that scammers may use it. Do not click links from strangers. Do not pay anyone who says they can unlock your Social Security money faster. Do not give your Social Security number to someone who calls first and pressures you. Go through the official Social Security website, official phone number, or local Social Security office. If this applies to you, do not wait for a neighbor, Facebook post, or family member to explain it. Go straight to your own record and ask the direct question. Send this video to one retired teacher, firefighter, police officer, public worker, older federal employee, widow, or widower, before they assume the old answer is still final. One person may have stopped checking because they were told years ago there was nothing left to claim. In 2026, that old answer may no longer be enough.